Unlike last weekend, we have 0 miles on the trail. It's just immediate climb up through the timber. We don't have too much to go, maybe another 1,500 feet to camp. It's not giant. Starting at about 5,000, we're gonna get into elk, so we don't want to push through there midday. It's going pretty well so far. Pretty hot, but should be cooling down a lot the next couple of days. Get some rain. That'll help with the rut majorly. Maybe the elk will start talking like last weekend. It's pretty gnarly, little old, but that's the kind of bull that we're after. I mean, that's a thumper. If you just brow tines, take it into the base of that. That's the one we want. We're just setting up camp now. Just kind of kicking these beds out. It was a questionable sleeping area, but now it's world class. It made it perfectly flat. Aaron's going ham over there. Yeah, we're in some really good looking timber. Even right where we're sleeping, it's just really nice looking. Saw really big rub eat earlier. You can see a rub just right over there outside our camp. I think we're gonna get into them. It's about to get a lot colder tomorrow. It's gonna be nice. So it's about 5 o'clock. We just got into the drainage that we want to hunt. We think that there's a good chance there's going to be elk in here. We found it everywhere around this drainage and not seen much, so this makes sense. Tonight it's a little late to try and get anything going, so we got our camp down there. We set it up, dropped all of our stuff. We're just going to get up here on this ridge. It's not very far away and listen until dark, see if we hear anything. But we're waiting to get up there because the wind's kind of blowing up the drainage still. We want it to switch and come back down before we get in there so we don't stink it up. We are at our evening set. We let off one kind of quiet bugle just in case anything was close. But for the most part, we're just trying to see if elk are in here. You know, if they're bugling up there, we have very little intention to go after them, even if they do bugle. But we've got an arrow knot just in case. But we're just gonna kind of lounge back here. Hopefully we hear one and we can get on them in the morning. Well, it's starting to rain now, so that'll help the rut a lot. We're just working up the ridge, and from last year, there was a fire that burned up here. It wasn't up here last year, and we are in the middle of nowhere, no trails, so I'm guessing the Forest Service just sent a rappel crew in here or something, but man, it's crazy. It's pretty big too. We're just working up the ridge right now. It started raining last night, so luckily I put my tarp up as an extra precaution. I'm glad I did. I think we're just gonna keep going up drainage, and if nothing bugles, we'll probably just hike over a really big ridge and drop into another bowl. But I think we're gonna get into them up here. It's like the prettiest
this wallow hasn't been seeing hardly any use at all, but there is one bull track in there, so that's good, but they're not living or rutting in here. There's a couple more that we're gonna go check out, but not looking great for this drainage. Hopefully they're the next one. This is like a super wallow. Looks like they bedded down right on the far side of it. There's some mud up in the grass. It's definitely been a couple days since they used it though. There's still some dirt stirred up. Oh, Aaron just said there's still some dirt and mud kind of all mucked up on the other side of the wallow. That's good, maybe they were just in here. Hopes just got a little higher. Not a giant rub, but better than what we've been seeing. It's starting to look good. A little herd. Definitely moved through here the past couple days. We're hoping they're either just right over this edge in this steep timber, or they went up and over that little pass up there. Well, there are no elk to speak of in this basin. We got into that little herd sign this morning, and that really got our hopes up, but they're just not right here, or maybe they're not talking and they're just down off the ridge a little ways. But what we're hoping happened is they just went up and over this main ridge here, and we're gonna try and go after them and just hope that that's what they did. It's not super tall, but we're gonna take our time. Don't want to beat ourselves up. We got a big drop into the next basin once we get over it, so try and maintain some energy. We finally made it up on top of the ridge. Pretty big climb. Took a while, but this view we have is insane from up here. It's just such a pretty ridge opposite us. We're not going over there though. We're just traversing through some of this alpine fir. We got about 300 yards of this, and then a couple of grouse.
Yeah, in that tree. It's running. It's got to fly.
Grouse in there somewhere. It's the most interesting thing we've seen all day. We've seen some old wallows in this new basin. A couple of relatively new bull tracks. Last couple days maybe, but we're just gonna sit here for an hour, maybe eat some lunch. Last time we were in here, we heard a bugle while having lunch, so maybe that'll happen again. That'd be ideal, but it's good country. A couple of old rubs.
Okay, so Jensen has been hunting several days this year for deer and for elk, and he just realized as we're up here halfway through elk season, sitting in a really awesome spot, that he needs to tie his peep in And the best part is he doesn't even have serving. He's using like the inside piece of some paracord. But he's tying his peep.
It doesn't move like a little bit, but it's happy right there.
That's good.
It's
I'm
locked in.
glad it's happy. I definitely think that
I do just like a constrictor's knot, or
I think anything would be okay. It'd be better
I
than
think I can
nothing.
do constrictor's knot right there. Okay, we're going double square knot.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe it. It's like hunting elk with your brother's kids.
We can just not find a pole. We found some tracks where it looks like a small herd moved through, but not a single fresh rub. No rakes. Nothing's been wallowing in here. Just it's weird. Gonna sit here for about an hour. Hopefully hear one. If not, just probably drop all the way down the ridge to the bottom and just relocate entirely. It's a big, steep descent, but we don't really have a choice if we don't get one in here. Aaron's starting to get really serious. Little rally cap going on. Maybe that'll help. This is some of the prettiest out there. I'm just kind of shocked there's no rubs or anything in here. It's just as pretty as it gets. Water, shade, lots of feed. It's crazy. We finally found a fresh rub. It's really fresh, because if you come look at this stuff, the limbs that were broken off, they're still green with needles. So that means they were just recently departed from the main truck. There goes Aaron. Nothing. He's around here somewhere. We're gonna find him. So we just finally signed that there's a bull that had any interest in rutting in here. It's a major turnaround for us. We were getting pretty low. Some fresh sign. A couple days maybe, but these elk are just, they're phantom. They're nowhere to be found. There's traces of them from a couple of days ago. Everywhere we go, it makes no sense. We got a really big drop ahead of us. We're getting off the ridge top and down in the creek bottom. Well, we are about to make our big descent. We had one last hope for that wallow back there, but it didn't tell us anything new, so all the strings have been pulled. We're going down the mountain about 3 days earlier than we expected to. So hopefully we got one spot No, it's a little area, but if they're in there, we'll hunt that. But if they're not, we're doing a big hike tomorrow.
Up and over.
Up and over, completely again. Yeah, we're completely relocating, but this is kind of the last homely house. I mean, it's about to get really uncomfortable for a little while.
Very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
You should write a book, dude. You'd sell out. Well, we'll probably not film any of this descent. Maybe, but I don't want to have to get my phone out. It's a trekking pole endeavor.
Speaking of which,
You gonna grab those? Yep. Well, we'll check back in later. Hopefully it's when a bull's just screaming at us. This hill is super steep, and we're on the really nice part now. I mean, up top it was just horrific. I took about a 30-foot slide just through some timber duff and lost my bugle tube. Didn't realize it came off my arm, so that kind of sucks, but didn't get hurt, so that's really all we can ask for. I mean, it was not worth trying to get the phone out and film any of it. It was just disgusting. We're almost down there though, and this is a breeze. Well, we're at the bottom. Took a lot longer than anticipated, but now we just got this super thick and nasty cedars. There's alders, berry brush, then a big wash. But I think we're gonna get down to a nice spot that we know we can camp real soon, and that's pretty much just gonna be the rest of our day. It did start raining, so we're throwing on some rain pants now. Just try and stay a little bit dry.
The hunting party is now united. Team Bears and Bucks is teamed up with Team Elk.
Oh yeah. Collab.
Collab. Team Bears and Bucks and Team Bulls. Here they are. How's the hunt going, fellas?
Would not recommend.
1 out of 10.
Bad Yelp review.
1 out of 10.
Well, it started raining again last night, so our gear got a little wet, but that's all fine with me because we heard a bull just piping off across the creek last night, and we heard him right from camp. So that's the game plan for today, is just go kill him in whatever way we can. Just found a pair of fresh rubs. It's a good sign. Well, we're eating breakfast now. This morning, we got onto a bull. We heard him bugle at least half a dozen times, but just could never get close enough and never really get tight to him. So we climbed up about 500 feet. We're on this super major oak trail, and for now we're just gonna sit here and hopefully hear a bugle. If that doesn't pan out, we're gonna just keep working our way up this trail and go into another drainage. It's not a big change though, it's a very natural route that the elk take, switching drainages. So I think we're in the spot though. I mean, he was bugling his head off last night and this morning, so I think it's gonna happen today. camera's showing, but it's a miracle there's dirt on some of these hills.
All right, so trying to get things fired up, mix it up a bit. Gotta go with a new call, fresh call, some tight latex. We've got the purple nurple here. I don't know, I'm not feeling it. Maybe we got the Black Magic, and then a couple Mavericks. I feel like the Mavericks talking to me right now, like I'm Goose or something. It's gonna happen. We're gonna go with the Maverick.
Maverick didn't work. Should have gone with the old Black Magic. Horrible choice. Currently just making our way down to this rake that the bull we heard bugling last night and this morning, he's just been all over it. So kind of our plan for the last hour finally was to just sit at the rake and hope he starts talking again and let him go make a move.
Here we are, bear number 3 down.
Oh yeah.
The rotors of the Alpine Assassin.
The old man got one. 3rd time's the charm. Jake and I were up here deer hunting and bear hunting, and right at dusk we spotted this nice bear. It was working this rock slide right here. We were back yonder. Look at this beautiful place.
Oh,
And so yeah, nice bear, beautiful coat. Just dropped instantly. Good, quick, clean kill. Looking forward to tons of bear pot roast this year. Might even make a little sausage now that we're in a bear meat surplus. So
the mountain house tonight.
yeah. So anyway, we got to get this baby broken down, hook up with our hunting partner Dallas, who just came through this area, but this bear just must have just popped out. So anyway, got the bear, and here we are. Really happy to share this.
Oh my gosh.
My hunting partner Jake, my son, and just a beautiful, nice sized bear. Yeah, just look at this beautiful place.
Fresh pea right in the rake. It's a cow. The old crotch sniffer. It's a cow. We're just gonna sit So we made that whole set. Rake in some bugling. Now we're just gonna sit over the rake for the evening.
All right, so here's what we got going here. We're frying bear steaks in bear fat around the campfire. Delicious. Jake's in charge of setting everything up, trimming them. Dallas has got a seasoning dish right here. And this meat is delicious when fried in that fat. Oh my gosh. Deep fried bear meat.
Last night, we never got in any elk. Nothing came by. So we just hiked out of there. There's a pretty nasty river between the rake and our camp spot. We don't want to camp right on top of the elk. So that was a little bit tough to do and bad light. This morning, we just did some light cow calling and bugling all the way down the bench that the rake is on. Nothing happened, but we think they moved up drainage a little bit, the herd did. But we also think that they're just gonna come right back down. So the plan for today is just to do a lot of sitting and just wait for a bugle, whether it's him just calling his cows in or doing a little bedded thing, or maybe tonight he just really starts to light off. But that's kind of the plan for today. It's gonna be slow. We're gonna take it really easy. There's a rutting pole in here. We don't want to blow him out. His cows, I don't know if switch drainage is the right word, but they completely left the area we were in. But we found their trail, and I mean, they have to be up ahead of us, and we're, half a day behind them maybe, so it's looking good. We found one of his wallows, some rakes. He's got at least a couple cows with him. I mean, this is the opportunity we've been waiting for, is to, kind of know where he is. He hasn't bugled yet, but he can't be anywhere else but ahead of us. It's a very narrow area that we're in. And I can't imagine they would have doubled back for any reason. So we're gonna eat lunch here. Hopefully hear him bugle. If not, just keep picking our way up the trail. We never were able to relocate that bull. He kept moving his cows further up the drainage, and we eventually lost the track. Although we didn't find the elk this trip, we saw some beautiful country, and Team Bear was successful in knocking down another one.